So this is like a long time in the making. We're super excited to be partnering with ANB as well as FinTech Saudi and Munshat on this groundbreaking project. This is one of the first bank-led FinTech accelerators in the kingdom. So we're super excited to be a part of it. In terms of the specifics, so we just launched the call to application period today, and we'll be officially launching the program in the beginning of July. So between now and the next 6 weeks, this is the perfect opportunity for fintechs that are not only in the kingdom, but fintechs that are across the MENA region to apply. 66% of the cohort will be made up of Saudi-based startups, and the rest is for MENA-based startups, so not just Khaliji startups, but startups from North Africa as well, that are willing to expand into the kingdom. It's a 12-week accelerator program that's hybrid, so the startups won't have to be here in person the entire time, but they'll get incredible opportunities while they're here on the ground to meet with some of the best subject matter experts in the kingdom and across Plug and Play's global network. They'll also get the opportunity to interact with FinTech Saudi and with Munshat for different regulatory setup and other regulatory needs. And beyond that, in terms of the perks of the program, Plug and Play, we're the operators, and we're lucky enough to have 2,000 portfolio companies, 200 ventures analysts and associates globally. We run tons of programs internationally, so we're happy to connect these startups with whoever we possibly can to help them scale. And then in addition to that, the startups will also get investment consideration from Plug and Play, investment consideration via the ANB seed fund, and the top performing startups will also be eligible to travel to Silicon Valley, where our Plug and Play headquarters are, for our November summit, where around 3,000 of the top VC partners and principals, as well as like the top performing startups across every vertical we run programs in, they'll all be there, and they'll be there for 2 weeks. So again, strongly encourage anyone in the ecosystem to apply, because this is kind of a once in a while opportunity for startups to soft land here and get access to ANB's awesome resources.
So the program is limited, it's not continuous. We're targeting how many startups?
So we want around 18 to 20 startups to join us.
So typically we'd look like a pool of about 1,000 startups by filtering down the criteria, moving down to maybe 50 and onto the target of maybe 18 startups that we have. But I just also want to say that I want to extend my appreciation to ANB. I think this is a very courageous step that they took. This is the first of its kind accelerator that we're doing as Plug and Play, exclusively for one bank. We've worked with many banks before. However, this is a different kind of commitment that we've seen. Also, we've experienced support from FinTech Saudi, from Munshat. So again, a lot of gratitude and thanks extended to both of them.
Yeah.
I think for us, this is a huge ecosystem play as well. FinTech is 40%, I think, of VC funding currently in Saudi Arabia. And I heard the statistic today, which I need to verify, but it's pretty crazy, that 70% of startups actually use ANB for their banking and financing. So I think that, the way ANB is supporting entrepreneurs, fintechs, from all angles, it's really something commendable. And as my colleague Dylan has said before, this has been months, if not years, in the working. We've gone through every big and small detail with the team at ANB. So really, it's a partnership we look forward to, and maybe a start for us to work with more banks in the region, help more fintechs. This is not just a program for Saudi startups. Of course, we're Saudi-centric. I'm a Saudi national, but having MENA startups really does kind of emphasize the fact that we want this to be something that's groundbreaking. We want this to be something that really brings in an additional value to what we've seen before.
We have, you'll see when the press release gets launched from ANB's side and from our side, that we have several focus areas or subsectors within FinTech that we're targeting. These are non-exhaustive, so as long as a portion of the business or a portion of the revenue is generated via FinTech products and services, those startups would be eligible to apply. In terms of the stage that we're looking at generally post-MVP startups, so around pre-seed, all the way up to pre-Series A. So that's kind of our sweet spot. Again, the other biggest thing is, it's not just Saudi-based startups, but for the startups that aren't based in Saudi Arabia, but might be based in Bahrain or Kuwait or the UAE or Egypt or Tunisia, they must demonstrate a commitment and a serious interest in scaling into Saudi Arabia and using the program as a launch pad to facilitate and start that expansion. So that's pretty much it.